Hi Leo, I love you, honey. So we're going to do a Celtic. This Celtic is going to be person most on your mind. Let's see, my love, for Leo. You have 10 of Cups coming in reverse in the world. It's somebody you ended this cycle with because they drained your emotions. Like you didn't have a choice. And you chose yourself. Didn't want to. Holy angels, Holy spirits, to the divine above. Angels and ancestor gods, person most on Leo's mind. Let's see, honey. Well, there's your 10 wands. 3 wands. 7 swords. You defended your stance. You got 7 swords, 7 wands. It's like those swords have an extension on them. For example, if they were allowed 10 feet away from you before, they're not allowed but 20 feet away from you now. You doubled the money. Yes, you did. Top of your spread is that 10 of Cups. What's coming in is the Queen of Wands, Aries or feminine fire sign. Your internal, Page of Swords. External, there's the release. There's the World. Potential outcome is Wise Counselor, High Priestess. Sitting back and observing, not speaking out much. You know, with that High Priestess, that's spiritual wisdom. It's not notes. It's not man-made notes. You don't want to write everything down. That's how you give away spiritual secrets without knowing. Well, let's see what this is. Can you see the table? We're good. So where your reading is going to start for the person most on your mind is 10 of Swords. They feel defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to, and betrayed. Overworked, stressed, and mentally imbalanced. 2 Cups is kicking their ass. This emotional soulmate connection with you is kicking their ass. Virgo energy. My gosh. And the Knight of Cups. It's Pisces and Virgo. Longtime friend since childhood. Trust and the analyzation. Why would this soulmate connection be whooping their butt right now? 7 of Pentacles. Assessing the investments of a soulmate. Divine timing soulmates, yeah. They're meant to kick your ass every once in a while. The challenge in this is 3 wands. So first of all, you have 10 wands, 3 wands. That's going to be 7 wands. So the stance needs to be stood up for. Whatever this person wants, they need to stand up for it because ain't nobody going to do it for them. It's an expansion of a vision to plan and prepare a foresight, maybe even relocating, preparing for the contract. But first, have to be independently owned. Independent plan and preparations. They could be arguing with themselves because they held back what they were manifesting. It was blocked because they could have took the offer to the Queen of Cups. Their 6th senses told them to end that cycle. That's the World, the King of Swords, so the Mouseman can start thinking of the unknown. Being strategic of what he doesn't know yet. Needing to get all of those in order first. That was Cancer and Aquarius energy. So the person most on your mind is arguing with themselves a lot. They talk to themselves a lot, but they talk harshly to themselves. And this is longtime friends that just is probably made this person feel like they were just stupid. Well, that's the whole problem. This person needs to understand that what these people think about them is none of their business. Because that's their perspective, not their own. The reason why all of this is happening is the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. block without clarity. 7 Swords, deception, deceit, lying, cheat, and stealing kind of way. Sneaking around the unknown, unknowingly sneaking around. A caution of consequences through meditation and recuperation, contemplation. They got set down by your ancestors. You knew they were looking into you, but you didn't know how much. Yep, there's your high priestess. You're sitting back and observing, not speaking up much. Tried to block your intuition. Look. For the abundant offer for the feminine, here's the temptation saying, let's go. Yep, she's not doing it. She's not doing it. This is taking control of your intuition. This feminine has control of her intuition. Could nobody block her messages if they wanted to? Well, where's the masculine here then, and the person most on your mind? 6 of Cups, soulmate, past life soulmate, investments. So he might be investing in someone in the past still. It's not what he wished for, but he wants to change. And divine timing sparking the interest on the initiation of judgment. So that's what he's doing now. Calling judgment on himself. He tells himself he has no one else to blame for that heavy responsibility when it comes to his own interest. Well, person most on Leo's mind. Why is the Knight of Swords in the challenge? Because they have to actually make movement once they say something. And it has to be successful, publicly recognized. Public will know if this person relocates. They don't want everybody in their past to know their business. Well, stop telling everybody. There's the feminine and the moon. Keep everything about the feminine, masculine, a secret. Behind the scenes. Nobody's business. Where is the feminine? She knows it's not over until he makes a smart decision about this soulmate challenge, a soulmate that he's allowing to challenge his mentality. It's a test for his mentality. Is he going to trust himself or is he going to trust someone else more? That's in the foundation in this reading. That will cause intuition to be blocked. Putting what your intuition tells you on the back burner. Saving it for later. This is an unknown deception. It's also blocking energy from interfering in your intuition, feminine. They can't get in if they wanted to. So this person, they wasn't bad energy within themselves, but they carried bad energy. They're not spiritually healed all the way yet. That's the challenge. A plan of preparation for this contract. This is a blessing that you have to be prepared for. Not only humanly prepared, but spiritually prepared as well. The recent past, justice, don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. Look at that. So the moon come out with the feminine. So the sun is the masculine. The sun is in a court docket in spirit. You're in trouble, buddy. The death card, that going through that deep emotional immense transformation. That's the 4 of Swords, trying to block anything that's trying to block this transition for the masculine. It's got to be justified by, the 7 Cups is spiritually confused because of where their emotions are. But the Judgment's called, they got to walk away. 8 Cups to the 7 Swords, that's going to leave 1 cup. The deception, if you don't love it, it don't love you. Reconsidering if it's their destiny. They have to draw the boundaries and change it. For example, if you make a rule, you got to follow it yourself. The Hangman is a different perspective without supportive judgment. And that's the 7 Cups. The daydreaming, the night thinking, emotional illusions, confusion from the start. Don't commit to something that you're unsure about. At the top of your spread, that 10 of Cups is here. Happy life, happy home, even the dog eats good. It's a family setting through love and blessings. That's page Page of Pentacles. It's a small contract of marriage. Yep, that is a small contract of marriage. There's no other way to say it. With no senses. There's no sixth senses here. No faith, no hope, no renewal. There it is. No sixth sense comfort. No hope, no faith, no balance, no renewal of twin flame connection. Is this Page of Pentacles still a contract here? Could be two contracts now. Struggling, juggling. That's why they struggle with having something to stand on. They committed to it. They committed to the family contract. But now it's their reflection. See that star that's in the lantern, the star in reverse? They're looking for hope, faith, balance, renewal. Shadow work and shining the light on the serpent. Yeah, to be able to transition it. Yes. Because the only way for them to do it is to understand that they're in this chair in the divine court. What are they going to court for? Being unemotionally fulfilled, not loving yourself. Just leaving, making a final and firm decision. You know, what they tried to leave behind, they cared about. It was the offer. It was one powerful offer. But there was a lot of jealousy, and that's what needs to end. Some people need to be told to sit the fuck down and never to stand up again. Chariot, when you leave it, you leave it. Calling for judgment, making a final and firm decision. What your move will clarify alone to the family. You don't have to say anything. Your move will show them everything. You will show the truth. It will clarify them more than any words you'll ever say. Wow. Person most on Leo's mind. Why is the star in reverse? Three of Cups. A celebration of a soulmate power. Strategically thinking about the jealousy will change the immature offers. They can't come into you with a page. They just can't come into you with a page. Too immature. They realize now that regardless of whether they're older than you or younger than you, you're going to go by their... you're going to go by the way they carry themselves. You can have someone that's 50 years old be so disrespectful, and then you can have a 10-year-old come in and just show that motherfucker up in the way a human's supposed to be. You understand me what I'm saying? It's the energy they carry, not the age. You know if they're childish or if they're ready. Well, what's coming in this reading is the Queen of Wands and the Six of Cups. This is a past life soulmate, fire sign, Queen of Wands. Could be Aries or a feminine fire sign. That's the past life soulmate. Where's the masculine here in the Queen of Wands when it comes to Leo's person? King of Cups. Scorpio energy. Okay. This could be the feminine that this masculine is protecting emotionally. Or it's the only one that he will stand up for when it comes to emotions. And there is the Emperor taking control. Going back to the feminine. Unemotionally fulfilled. He don't like it, but he's going to have to tell her he's sorry, and that's the only way that his happiness, bliss, and naked baby on a pony is going to be. That's what the 10 Wands is. He done this either around the feminine or in front of the feminine. And he feels like such an ass. What makes him feel like such an ass most? Five Pentacles. Rejection. Alone. Gaining strength with the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. He feels bad because he shunned the feminine and went secretly invested into another woman. He thought it was in secret, but always remember when you're in the spiritual realm, secrets never stay secrets. I don't care how you try to do it. They never stay. They always come out somewhere. And is what happened. The page of Pentacles up there with the 10 of water. That is a small contract of marriage, but this marriage happened without the six senses. You couldn't find hope, faith, balance, renewal of comfort. You or the person coming in here. Person most on your mind. There was no six senses in the comfort. You can't find six senses in 10 cups. It's much more than that. Exactly. That's what's weighing heavy. That's the 10 wands and the Wheel of Fortune. That's what's weighing heavy on this justified turn. There it is. That's what's depleting the enlightenment of freedom. When they initiated the Page of Earth, Page of Pentacles, it was an immature offer that caused a lot of jealousy, drama, and strife. They should have had the balls or, gumption to stand up for you a long time ago. Shouldn't have took any thought. Your internal energy for this person most on your mind is the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Uh-oh. Looking for a fucking argument. They're looking for an argument. Uh-oh. They want to have an argument so they'll know what's going to be said in the argument, so they'll know what they need to analyze in the argument. They're breaking the argument down. And the argument that they're having is the King of Pentacles. Oh, spiritual follow-through. To be able to master the contract with the devil in depletion. So I'm sorry, but it's too heavy. You know those situations that you carry on because you feel sorry for those people. If you wasn't there, those people wouldn't eat. But you get to find out, these people are really taking your kindness for your weakness. Yeah, you buy a lot of food and pay a lot of bills and things like that. But sometimes it just stretches you out because you ain't got no money to go down the road for 5 minutes and get any free time. I'm talking to the person most on Leo's mind. So it's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to follow through with spirit. You're going to have to be fully committed. Taurus energy, Taurus energy. If you're looking for an argument, you need to take it to the Father above. And that's where the only place you're going to drop this devil. Go on. And master it. To rid it, you got to rid it. Obsessively heartbroken to be able to focus. Here's the Queen of Swords on a different path of interest where you would ignore the offer once more. You have heaven and hell. Just in case you do not know, we are in level 1. This is the devil's playground. Earth is the devil's playground. It's a level of something that's too good to be true. Alone. You got to breadcrumb those circles for a lover. You got to breadcrumb the 3 cups to have 2. So your person going through a dark night of the soul, and they have been for the last 8 years maybe, because the Queen of Wands, 2 of Swords in reverse. They want to unblock the Queen of Wands and be free until the end, till the contract ends. The contract with the Queen of Wands of the feminine fire sign is the contract that they wish that they would have followed through with. That's the one they wish that they would have listened more about. Well, the external energy of this person is the King of Swords. So you have Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and King of Swords. It's a man figure that is helping this person think about what they're doing now. Instead of being in the Knight of Swords energy, they're making them think about it, being more practical. Alone, they're going to find the truth. So they're manifesting. This is their external. Their external is their internal self. Alone to find clarity, being heartbroken and watching. They're watching you from afar. They have a dark side and they're trying to get the light side open. And those 4 of Swords is right here with the 7 Swords. They have to block anything from interfering with what their intuition's trying to say. Their intuition tells them to go into their building. They need to go into the building. They need to start listening to it. That's what's going to abundify the offer, 10-time fold. And it's what's going to put an end to the deception, the deceit. When you make the rule, you got to follow it yourself. The advice for the person most on your mind is the World. There you go, the Star. The Star's going to become in the upright, but it's only going to become in the upright when the world comes here, it's a completion, ending of a cycle. There's your power, your strength, your courage, your wisdom. It's Leo energy weighing heavy because the sixth senses will end it. Too good to be true. Things that are too good to be true, you block it. If it's unclear of what you don't see, you're like, I'm sorry, but I just can't come over. You're always wondering if there's something funny going on. And if your mind takes you there, you physically remove your body too. That hope, faith, balance, renewal until the end. It's the only way they're going to do it. They have to be the one to initiate the offer. You're wondering if they've been shadow working. They just want the offer. It's 4 of Cups in reverse. They just want to be prepared for the offer. You're not going to get the offer if you don't shadow work. Hermit is alone time. 6 Cups, a reflection of a plan. Yep, that plan needs to be reflected, buddy. You're not going to get to the gate at all. That's the new perspective. Maybe stop having sex with the air sign, or the new perspective through an air sign of the contract hidden. There's a hidden contract that needs to end, masculine, and you know that yourself. Who's the Queen of Swords contract for the feminine? Queen of Wands. Quickly communicating the blockage. That's block communication. To prepare for jealousy, the feminine in love. Who is it for the masculine? Stressing over leaving it behind, because the Queen of Wands is where his abundance lies. Well, potential outcome. You have wise counselor, belonging, learning, traditions. You know, it's the Hierophant. Oh, look at this. With the 8 Pentacles. You have the Hierophant, 8 Pentacles. So the person most on your mind, if they're on your mind, they're trying to heal spiritually. Because the counterpart to the Queen of Cups is coming in reverse. With the 10 Pentacles in reverse. They could have lost everything. They're leaving it behind and making a final and firm decision to make a strategic apology. Looks like they're interested in love. Behind the scenes, ending without knowing. Ending anything that's blocking this contract from blowing up and to not have anything to work with. This is the minor arcana for the Tower and the major arcana for the 10 Swords. Honey, this person is working on blocking anything that's going to mess anything with you up. Just like it does with the rest of their relationships in the past. What's the 10 Swords? Anything that'll fuck that Page of Wands up. Anything that's going to keep them from initiating a spark of interest to manifest an independent soulmate, to initiate on a level of destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is a change and a turning point. Until the end of the world, they're being heartbroken and emotionally controlled, taking a risk without the support and without the energy of the jealousy. They want to take that 5 Wands down to 1. Unplug from 4 Wands. That's why the 4 Wands is the Star in reverse. So 4 of those Wands, it could have been sexual relationships with this masculine, does not have 6 senses. But 1 does. The Knight of Swords in reverse. It's the one that's not chasing the argument. And it's the one that they miss emotionally. The one that brought enlightenment of the sun, the happiness, bliss, naked baby on a pony. The one that shines alone. The enlightenment of a low vibe from the beginning of the devil. You told them that this was a small contract of the dark side, and here's the Hierophant here. You told them exactly what it was. They didn't believe you. So guess what? Your ancestors just put it right in their face. Once that light bulb come on, they're like, oh no, they were right. And you were. I love you guys.